What's going on, Trey?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm all right. How's everything in the shop here?
In the shop, you know.
What's up?
Well, Bobby's Red Kart's been getting all the love, as you've seen. And look at my cart. Take a look at this thing. It's like stripped. Nothing's going on. As you can see, the roll cage is still bent since my little accident. He talked about fixing it, but again, it's been all about the Red Kart lately. Steering wheel, I don't even know where that stands. So it's looking pretty sad over here.
Yeah, she hasn't gotten a whole lot of love lately.
No. So I'm not happy about that, honestly. You know, I'm just,
That's a bummer, man. You're Big Bob.
Big Bob is back to square one. The lights are off. I got this janky old mirror still hanging around.
That thing is warped, man.
Yeah.
Looks like it belongs in a fun house to me.
Yeah, that's about perfect, actually. My filter, somebody in the comments said, clean Big Bob's filter. Look at that thing. That's not sad. I don't know what is. I'm not sure what his plans are. Maybe I just got to take over the lead on this one. I've been watching him. I know what's up. So we're pretty good with that torque wrench.
I know how to gig weld.
Yes, that's it. That's it. We might need that.
Who needs Bobby?
Well, that's the question now. Look at my roll cage. Look at it from this angle. You can see how bent it is.
Actually, yeah.
You know, so I've been hearing he's gonna, oh yeah, we're gonna cut you a new one. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna yada, yada, yada. And there she is, still bent and sad looking. So does that answer your question on how I'm doing?
Yeah, not too good.
No, but other than that, how you doing, Trey?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I've been hoping to see this thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Howdy, boys.
Ooh. Hey.
What's up, Bobby?
How you doing, Trey?
How we doing, man?
Good, man. Whew. All right. I feel bad, dude.
What's up?
We've been spending so much time on the Red Kart. This thing's just been sitting since Bob rolled it, and I think it's time this thing gets some love. You've been so patient about it. So I'm thinking today we cut out your old front cage here and we'll weld you up a new one.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds great. Actually.
Perfect. All right. Sick. So after two pretty savage rollover crashes, cut to those, please. This cage did its job, but there is a fatal flaw in it. And it's a flaw that I was aware of from the beginning, and I honestly feel a little bit guilty about it. And we didn't talk about it because it happened before we started the channel, but it needs to be spoken of. And that is that in order to make these tight bends in one piece of tubing with our old Harbor Freight pipe bender, I had to basically bend to about 120 degrees and then make a bunch of cuts on the inside of this radius, force the pipe over, and then re-weld all those cracks back up. And it failed like I kind of expected it would. And so you can see the tubing is cracked here, as well as over here. We're actually really lucky. If we hadn't been using the high quality chromoly steel tubing that we've been using, this could have been a lot worse. If you roll this thing and this pipe comes down, you're sitting right in there, not cool.
Right.
So, first order of business is to clear the air. When you're designing your roll cage, never do what I did here. I don't care what you have to do to avoid it. If you have to bring your tubing somewhere else and have somebody bend it with a real tube bender, this is not okay.
Yeah,
because
the stakes are too high on a roll
The stakes
cage.
are way too high. These things are heavy now, and they go fast, and when they crash hard.
Yeah.
As we've seen. So this is completely just irresponsible of me, and not the fun kind. In my defense, I didn't expect us to roll these things twice, but here we are. So, oh, there's another crack up here. Yeah, this is bad. Anyways, we're gonna rebend this today on our brand new Rogue Fab M600. So that's gonna be really awesome. That's why I've been holding off, because I was waiting until that thing was operational, because we can't make these kind of bends the way we were doing it anymore, especially not for structural stuff like this. If you don't have a tube bender and you're trying to make something that's not super structural, do what you gotta do. But like you said, the stakes are far too high with a roll cage. So we're gonna bend it the right way today, and by doing that, these bends are gonna be way stronger, and it's gonna take a heck of a lot more to damage them the way they have been. So I'm thinking, break out the demolition tools. We'll cut this whole cage out, get rid of this embarrassingly wonky rear view mirror that I slapped together for you. And we got something really cool to put in its place that I'll show you guys after. I think we're gonna be able to salvage this light bar mount that I made.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I can just kind of grind these welds off, and then we'll just tack it on to the new roll cage.
Yeah, because I like this a lot. These lights just set up perfectly on there.
Yeah, and it makes assembly and disassembly really nice and easy. So, in order to do this, we're gonna need one of our big fancy pieces of 8-foot tubing, so we can do this in all one shot.
Wow, that'll work. This is no more than 8?
Yep, it's 3 feet from the end to the bend.
That's sick.
2 feet between the bends.
Wow.
And then another 3 feet down the other side, so it's perfect. I remember I bent it thinking maybe we'd trim it down, but it ended up perfect.
Great.
So we're just gonna recreate that. Trey, did you know that I actually play the 8-foot tube?
Really?
Yeah, check this out.
That was amazing.
Thanks, man.
Wow.
That was really beautiful.
I've been practicing. I don't know, man, let's just get into it. I'm sick of waiting around. I think I'm just gonna knock it out with the 4-inch cutting wheel. We'll sand it all down pretty, and then make our very first bend on the Model 600. That's gonna be so cool. I've been waiting so long.
Sounds great.
All right, let's do it.
Give them God, give them lies. Let me shoot, let me die, let me fall, let me fly. Who I am, that's implied. I'm a fake. Let me run, let me wait, let me cry, let me ache. Oh God, where's your face? New decisions, it's a sham. Keys of Cali, killer cam. Show me vision, show me fam. Ain't nobody left. Who gon' hold it down? And that's how we do on the mainland. Counting all them problems, got me feeling like I'm Rain Man. Cover up, pushing messing, I get in some FaceTimes. Sticking to the drippin' till it's drippin' down.
What's up? Dude, I think we burned this thing out. Can we get a quick moment of silence for our trusty Harbor Freight Drill Master flap disc grinder? These actually come with replaceable brushes inside, and I kept the brushes. So maybe I'll pop this thing open at some point and see if I can fix it, but good thing we got 2.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Back to business.
Repetition, new attire, new edition, suicide. Nothing's over till I die. How I run the game, I can't run a mile. And that's how we do on the mainland. Counting all them problems, got me feeling like I'm Rain Man. Cover up, pushing this and I get in some FaceTimes. Addicted to the drippin' till it's drippin' down. That's just how I do.
We're good.
That's just how I do. Yeah.
You ready to do this?
Yeah.
This is a big moment. This is our very first bend on our brand new M600. And it's an even bigger moment because this is our last piece of 8-foot tube.
Wow.
And that's what we're gonna need to make this bend. So we gotta nail it on the first try.
Yeah.
So, no pressure.
Nah.
Hold on to this for me.
Yep.
First thing I gotta do is I want our bend to happen 3 feet from the end of this tube. So that's where we're gonna want our bend. And because we are using a 3.5 CLR die for our 1-inch tubing, we're gonna need to offset this as per Rogue Fab's website, 6¼ inches from where we actually want our bend to start. Because when the tube is in the machine, it's gonna get clamped out here, and the actual bend is gonna take place right about here. So here to where the front face of that clamp block is going to be, in our case, 6 1/4 inches. And all of that is listed on Rogue Fab's website under Bending 101, along with a lot of other really, really great information. And if you're considering one of these benders or you already have one, definitely check that out. That should be the first thing you look at. With that said, we've got our mark at 3 feet. Let's go forward 6 1/4 to right here. And we're gonna wanna put our clamp block on right there. So let's do that. Slide this bad boy on. And again, that 6 1/4 is measured from where you want your bend to be to the front face, front being the one facing out of the machine. So we're gonna put our clamp block right in place where we want it. Let's tighten that down. You're gonna wanna alternate here. That way we get a nice even pressure. That looks pretty good. It's a good thing this thing's on wheels. Can you roll it back for me a little bit?
Yep.
I'm gonna feed her in from the back. Nice, let's come back forward so we're in frame. So as you can see, I've pre-lubricated our main die and the pressure roller die. Rogue Fab makes a really great lube that they suggest, but for today we're just gonna use some kind of thick silicone grease so it doesn't run on us. And that looks pretty good. You can see it's also, I put a lot on there so it distributed it all along the tube, which is good because ultimately for best results you wanna lube both your dies and the material you're working with. But just in the transfer of putting this in, I look like I got it pretty good. And we are using, again, a 3.5 CLR die. And so we're gonna use this top pinhole here to hold our clamp block in. Line everything up. Pin goes in. A little tiny mistake that I made in our assembly video was we're using, again, 3.5 CLR die. And for that, you're gonna wanna use the top hole for your pressure die pin. We had it in the middle hole, but you want it in the top one. You'll know it's correct for whatever size dies you're using when your tubing comes out of the back of the bender straight like this. Tighten this back down. We're gonna use the hydraulic ram here with our air compressor connection. All right, the moment of truth. Before we took your cage apart, I used my little angle finder here to grab the angle that we had it at before. We're gonna go to about 105 degrees, and the first pinhole that we're using down here on the bender will get us all the way to 90. So we won't even be going that far. We're just gonna stop at 105, and this should look pretty good. You wanna do the honors?
Ready?
Yep. All right, so we took a brief intermission there because our cylinder had some air in it. Rogue Fab gives you detailed instructions on how to bleed that air their way, which is a little different because these cylinders are overfilled by a few ounces because we're using them in the horizontal orientation. We've got another video coming out very shortly on that. Anyways, back to the show. Big Bob, pump it up, see if we're in good shape.
Let's go.
Does that feel better?
Yeah, it feels good.
You have pressure through the whole stroke?
Perfect, yep.
Nice. Okay, so I made a silly little geometry error. We were looking for 105 on here when the reality is that's the measure of this inside angle and we're measuring the outside. So what we actually need is about 75, but I can't really read it as well as I'd like to from here. So I'll show you another cool feature of the M600. We can pull our bend out and check our angle. Dude, look, first of all, can we just say how beautiful
that
radius is?
That is gorgeous.
Oh my God, okay. I'm getting too excited. Can you hold this, Big Bob? So this looks pretty good. And now what I wanna do is, I'm just gonna lock this back in to where it was. And now I'm gonna measure this angle and we'll repeat that for the next one. So, what do we got? I can't read. About 80.4. Looks good to me. Cool. Pop this bad boy off. We'll pull this all out. Move the clamp block, remeasure again, 3 feet in, compensate for our offset. Load this into the machine the other way. We'll make our other bend. You should have a roll cage again.
Sweet.
Sound good?
Yeah.
You want to release the pressure there for me?
Sure. So you don't need much to turn.
Nope.
Okay.
Nice. Pull this bad boy out. Release our clamp block. Release the GoPro. That's optional.
You're good? Okay.
Yep. We're getting there.
Let me see.
There's our 3 feet. Clamp block is going at 6 1/4. Double check. 6 1/4.
Nice.
Slide this big boy back on. Now I'm just gonna attach this loosely right now because we're gonna need to square up our tubing once it's in the bender to make sure that our bends line up. So just put that just like this.
Okay.
You can tighten that pressure valve back down. I almost just made a fatal mistake. I put my 6 1/4 the wrong direction, the same way that we did for the initial bend, but now that we're loading the machine this way, we have to go the opposite direction. 6 1/4 is now instead gonna be right here. That would have been tragic, but easy. We don't have to disassemble anything. Can you grab me a 9/16 off the wall there, Trey? Okay, I'm gonna kind of slide back into you. That's much better. I'm gonna tighten these just enough so I can still pivot this guy. We'll take our degree indicator here. Try and get to 90. 89.8. You gonna be okay with point 1 off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, sanity check. Yep. 24 inches between the middle of our radiuses. You see that rag?
Yeah.
Get rid of the extra schmoo. It's a technical term. Thanks, Alec. Let's do it again. Ears.
That's pretty close right there. I wouldn't
Let me go a degree further.
I wouldn't go any more without
It has
testing.
to bend back.
Oh, okay.
All right, release the pressure valve there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You're gonna see it spring back some.
I know.
Tighten it up. So we got our bends where we want them. Now I'm just double checking to see. I had Big Bob go and measure the gap between the 2 points we're gonna actually weld down.
It sprung back a little bit now.
Okay, and I expected that.
We're at 38. We need to come back down to close to 36. It's like 2 inches too wide.
Okay,
Do you want to
let's go look at it real quick. That's the beauty of this
It's even
thing.
better.
It's really cool. So you can work on your bends, get it to where you think you want it, pull the whole piece out, and without having to redo the clamp blocks, we can go test fit this thing, which is looking pretty dang good.
Trey, you want to follow us over here?
Moment of truth.
Here we are.
Can we just take a moment to say that we did not take on the easiest first bend to
No.
test out our new bender.
No.
But I think that speaks volumes to the M600 that we were able to pull this off.
Yeah.
Well, let's not speak too soon. Let's test it.
Do it.
And again, this is our last 8-foot tube, so this better work.
Yeah.
And I also fish mouth the ends there, so it should fit right in. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, hold it for me. Let me step back. Okay, the bends look perfect.
Yeah.
The only thing we're dealing with is this needs to come over that way a little bit because it got slid around a little bit when you were sliding around a little bit. So what I'm thinking is we can push it over.
Yeah.
We'll put a little internal stress into the frame, but I'll make sure I weld it up good and I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna bend this down just a hair more since I lost a little bit with my fish mouth.
Okay.
And then this should kind of hold us in place. Let's see if that did anything. We're real close now. I'll tack these guys in, probably weld them up pretty reasonably. And then with some teamwork, we'll push, pull, and we should be able to weld it down and put your light bar back on.
Nice.
Call this one a day.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Sick. Let me fire up the welder. Okay. Not too shabby. Yeah, I want you to push from here over to me. I'm not exactly sure what the best way to do this is, to be honest. Jesus, Big Bob. Woo! Okay, I have an idea. We're gonna do this chop shop style. Just give me some ratchet straps. All right, so I hooked up my redneck frame puller, which consists of 3 ratchet straps. Got one running down to hold the cart in place to one of the supports of the garage. This one goes to the other one to pull the top of our cage that way, and this one's gonna cinch it down. It feels like it needs to go that way more, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit more, but you are definitely going in the right direction.
I'm gonna take a little bit more material out of this side of our fish mouth. So let me do that real quick. All right, let's try this again.
I guess.
You know what I want to do? Hang on. I want to adjust this because I'm actually fighting this strap with this strap. I'm just going to adjust where this one connects. And now they'll both be pulling in the same direction and working together instead of against each other.
You're teaching people how to do this at home?
Don't do this at home. Jacob's going to love this one. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to get this lined up to where we think we like them, and then I'll put a little bit more pressure on this. I'll weld this side up, and then we'll pull this one down into place a little bit. Again, this is not how I would generally make our frames. When we did this the first time, everything fit up nice, but things have shifted a little bit, and so we're kind of paying for that, but I think it's gonna look pretty good. Looks pretty good, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the way to go. The straps were key.
Yeah, that would have been impossible to do without them. See if it holds. We're not making a Tyranis tip out of this one. You got a chop top.
Yeah, I know, I love that.
And watch your eyes. Let's release the Kraken.
Well done, man, take a bow.
Cool. Oh, I probably shouldn't leave this where my hot weld is. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Good to go?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, sir. That's fine. I should have put on my cars and cameras hat today.
You want the level or no?
Does that answer your question?
It's in my pocket.
You're back in business, sir.
May I?
Check it if you want.
No, it looks fantastic.
Check it.
I just don't want, a bunch of lights going in 50 different directions. All right, spot on. It's spot on. It's beautiful.
Woo! Okay.
Look at that. No, I was just trying to be smart, It's beautiful.
Yeah, I know. Well, eventful. First bend on the Rogue Fab Model 600, and it comes out like this.
Yeah, very happy with that.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Look from the front real quick. Dude, you're back in the game.
Thank you, sir.
Of course.
I knew you'd take care of me. And I got a new little look here.
Yeah, we did chop out a little bit, but it's not gonna affect your headroom any.
Right.
All this up here is just dead space anyways, so you just got a little more of an aggressive stance.
Yeah, little upgrade.
Yep, I think that's it, man.
I think so.
As always, thanks for watching. Appreciate all of our subscribers. Y'all been supporting us so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't forget, Trey, don't forget.
Oh, the notifications, guys.
That's right.
Hit those.
If you got any friends, family who might be into this stuff, share a video, let them know. Get the word out there, because we got some really, really crazy stuff coming on the horizon, and I'm just really excited about it. Woo!
Cool.
All right, let's catch them in the next one. Trey, did you know that I actually play the 8-foot tube?
Really?
Yeah, check this out.
That was amazing.
Thanks, man.
Wow.
That was really beautiful.
I've been practicing.
It's gonna be didgeridoo sound.
I just figured that. I'm waiting for the sound, and then I was like, oh, these
I
guys,
could actually kind of make it.
they got something going on.
No, but the actual
I think
didgeridoo
that's
sounds
sick.
really hilarious.
I think that's a,
It's in the outtakes.
Yeah, it's either didgeridoo. No, the outtake should be the clip. But when I go to do it, it'll just be like Kenny G smooth jazz. Just that clip's your outtake. Cut the video.
You don't like George Michael? He doesn't like George Michael! He doesn't like George Michael! Boo! Boo!